Spacey's Sims, and we are back with more London Detective Mysteria. And if you've noticed, this is going up every other day. Primarily because, we came back and I was like, yeah, I've got time to do all this. And then I realized, no, I don't. Because I have a lot of stuff to do in my house. I need to just I'm just in this motivation of just ripping apart everything, going through everything, rearranging furniture. Just, I need to do it. It's like I've all of a sudden, like, I need to tear apart everything and get rid of stuff and cleanse and clean every little thing and move furniture and like spring cleaning craze, I guess. I don't know. And I realize I will never have time to do that if I'm trying to do 3 Otome romance games a day on top of Sims, and I'm like, shit. So I had debated not even posting any of these videos at all until we were finished with another game. And then I was like, well, we already started recording, so I'm just going to do every other day. Which should be okay. If for some reason I fall behind, this should stay every other day, but you'll notice other games might turn into every other day too. Just because I got a little over my head, and like normally I can maintain this, and I know I don't have to do this. Like, I can be like, whatever, I'm not gonna, nope, we don't get videos today or whatever. But this is a responsibility now, and like, even though I enjoy doing it, it's like it's a responsibility. I have to do it. I have to make sure we have some. So I was like, all right, we're gonna do every other day, and I pushed back the date I was going to start uploading because I was originally going to start uploading this a week beforehand. And then I was like, well, I'll push it to that weekend, and I pushed it a couple days back to the Monday it's supposed to be starting now. Hopefully I've uploaded it. But I recorded those first 3 parts, and I have not recorded in like 10 days this game. So I don't know what the hell happened. I don't really remember. And I'm like, we need to get back and record that. And like, I need to get back in. But I'm going to do every other day with this for a while. We might pick up and do every day once like some other stuff ends. Period Cube will probably end around the time that Code Realize Wintertide Miracles comes out. We're going to be playing that. I want to have that every day, so that'll take that place. And then Psychedelic of the Ashen Hawk. I'm actually pretty far into that. Of course, by the time you see this, it's the same. That's where I am with that right now. I'm on the same day, so I'm not really as far ahead of that as I think I am. But that, because I'm doing it every day, might wrap up. And then once that's done, maybe we'll put this every day. So it's just so we at least have 2 things. Or we'll just do every other day if we do multiple games. I don't know. We'll have to see, but I need to. So things are going to be adjusting for a little while over the next couple of months. Just bear with me. I still want to play all these games. I need to be able to get other stuff done in my life and not be like, okay, well, I recorded a bunch of stuff, and oh my God, I'm only a couple days ahead on the channel, and like, oh my God, I just have shit everywhere, and I need to like, I'm okay with not dusting, so like, I'm fine with that, but it's like, oh my God, I need to like rearrange and I just have this idea, and it's like, if your house is like, okay, there's just shit everywhere and things are messy and I need to organize, or I just want to go through and get rid of stuff and like whatever, if you don't do it, you just start to go crazy and you're just miserable. And I don't want to be miserable at home. I don't want to be miserable at home, but I'm miserable at home because I just have shit everywhere, and I just literally want to take everything and just throw it outside and be like, I'm done, and like have nothing. But I don't want to do that because I love a lot of my stuff, but I need to slowly go through everything. And I'm not going to be like, okay, I'm just going to spend 4 days, but I need to be able to give myself time to do that. And while I'm like, oh my God, no, I need to record all the time, and oh my God, if I'm behind, because I've set this up as a responsibility. It's my own psychosis that this is a responsibility, and I know you guys understand, but so that's what we're doing every other day. If for some reason it still gets crazy out of hand, then, I will, Psychedelic of the Ashen Hawk will be every other day too, instead of every day like it is now. So you'll at least have something going up for the Otome stuff. And Period Cube, I'm just going to keep going up every day because I want that to be done so that we can start Code Realize Wintertide Miracles the second that shit comes out. The second it comes out. So yeah. And again, worst case scenario, that'll be every other day. But I don't want to be like, okay, well, we'll start it in like August. No, I want to start that. That's coming out Valentine's Day, I think, the 14th or the 15th. I don't know. I think it's coming out Valentine's Day. So it'll probably be going. I'm going to try to record it that night, and I'm going to try to process and upload it so it's going up on the 15th. 15th or 16th. I'm going to try to get it up like within a day or so of it coming out. So yeah, we're going to get that done. Worst case scenario, it'll be the following Monday. But it's going to be within a couple days. Not like, well, I bought it and then 3 months later I started recording. No. So that's the only reason Period Cube I'm not sacrificing anything on that, and I'm literally busting my ass like every Friday night. That is I come home and that's what we do. We record an entire path of Period Cube. That's what I've been doing. I'm like, I don't care. I'm dying. I'm so tired. We're going to do this. But anyway, so that was like my 20-minute rant. I know it's only been like 5 minutes, 6 minutes, but anyway. So bear with me while I figure out what the hell we're doing with this. I'm going to try to record a little bit more often with this so that, I know what the hell's happening. But anyway, right. The snake in the classroom. No, that was beforehand. We got into a fight because of the kid that stole the money from Glasses kid. Right. Okay. And Watson was going off with the one teacher for his supplementary lessons, right? Right. Okay. We just got yelled at by the creepy professor, who just makes me think of what's his name? Mr. Eugen in fucking Nameless. Oh, God. I just want him to carry around a skeleton with him. Anyway. So here we are, talking to Holmes. Neither of us spoke a word, and an awkward air filled between us. By the way, I was surprised to see how skilled you were in that fight. I'm not some barbarian. I only fought to expose the thief. I kind of forget the voices I gave them, so, bear with me. Oh, I hadn't meant to imply you were one for such things. Really, though, I didn't know there were people of such poor character like Clave in attendance. Or perhaps this was only my imagination, as Holmes appeared to have no interest in striking up a conversation. So we should follow him and talk to him. Just saying, did I make him angry? Perhaps I insulted him. I'm pretty sure your existence makes him angry. Yet, judging by how defiant Clave was when cornered, this could not have been the first time this happened. Can I just see something in this? Is there settings? Configuration? I want to see something. Character foreground effects. What's character foreground effects? Is that like hiding her derp face? Because it's starting to bug me and I wanted to see if I could hide her derp face. That's what I'm like legit. What's this? I don't know if we can. How do you go back? Okay, let's go back to here. Oh, you can't. God damn it. Anyway, yet judging by how defiant Clave was when cornered, this could not have been the first time this happened. Nah. Damn it. I don't know what that is. She annoys me. Her face annoys me because her eyes are just wrong and it's pissing me off. It's also like the animation style is a little awkward. They're very cutesy. Like, you know what I mean? And I can handle it on the guys. I cannot handle it on her. She's got no nose. And that's like all the characters. They don't have noses. They just have these little dot noses, which kind of freaks me out. Like, I don't know. They're like dolls, and it creeps me out just a little bit. I can handle it with the dude. I can't handle it on her. Like, when she's like this, it's fine. But when she turns and faces you and her eyes are like, I can't. It's bugging me. And I kind of want to, like, some games give you the ability to, like, hide the characters, like, hide this. And I always leave it on. But, like, her I want to hide because she's bugging me. Like, I don't know. I know it's me nitpicking, but I want to hide it because she's creeping me out just a little bit. She's a little too cutesy. She's got the stupid derpy eye thing, which I fucking hate. You know, I fucking hate this. And that weird little button nose thing. So she's like a doll, and dolls are fucking creepy. So, like, I don't know. Anyway, so there's like a creep factor that I'm just like, no. It makes me dislike it. Yeah. Anyway, there may be other students who were threatened by the way Slater was. I puzzled this line of thought with keen interest. I know I can just try to ignore her, but it's hard. Someone hit me? What the fuck just happened? When I felt something heavy smack the back of my head. Miss Whitley! Holmes appeared greatly alarmed by a sudden sight. I could see someone too. A figure stood directly behind him, and I wished so badly to shout, but I couldn't find my voice. Upon Holmes's gasp, I heard yet another dull smack. That was the last thing I recall before blacking out. How did he not see someone sneak up behind me? Of course, I didn't see anyone sneak up behind him. We're standing in the hallway, and someone came up from behind both of us. What are we, retarded? How do we not see that? I don't understand. Okay. Anyway. I was like, how many times do I have to click before we move on? My head pulsated. My body was weighted. I opened my eyes to be met with darkness. When I tried to sit up, slow as I was to move, the back of my head ached from even the smallest adjustment. What am I? You finally woke up. Are you all right? How's your head? It isn't so bad, I think. Is that you, Holmes? You call me by name. You hear my voice. What do you think I'll say? To hear a familiar voice in this unknown place gave me a sudden flush of comfort. I wouldn't mistake that derisive tone for anyone but you. I shall kindly ask that you not speak ill of me, Madam Dunderhead. Then I should say the same to you. But where are we? My eyes had not adjusted, so all I could do was feel. The cold made me shiver, whilst the smell of dust made me feel dirty. Based on what's in here, we're inside a storage room in the Academy's basement. Clave's buddies? There are various brands of tableware, watering cans, buckets, and... Well, give it a few minutes. You'll be able to see soon enough. Are we really in a basement? Shouting as loudly as I could caused me to inhale a cloud of dust, sending me into a fit of dry coughs. Ugh! Bother all this dust! If only I could have some fresh air. I'd like some as well, but there's no way to open the door. It appears we've been locked inside. That can't be! What reason would I have to lie? The one who attacked you was an upperclassman. Another one attacked me when I was distracted. So they did, and after their attack, they stashed us in here. But why? They must be friends of Clave MacLeod's. Yeah, MacLeod. There can be only one. Highlander. I don't know what fucking accent that was, and I'm sorry. I don't know. Anyway. Oh, God. Aye, they're after our Lucky Charms. I just want to give somebody like a really bad accent, but I know somebody's going to get all like offended and mad at me and be like, that's a terrible accent, it's not how we sound. Oh my God, get over it. I'm just having fun. And I realize that. Look, Americans can't do accents as well as everybody else, okay? Tell a British person to sound like an American, and it's like, I would never have known that you were actually British. And then you get an American person to do it, and you're like, oh God, you're an embarrassment. Why? I'm serious. I didn't know Hugh Laurie was British for the longest fucking time. I'm not even kidding. I was I think the first time I heard him speak in a British accent, I was like, wait, what? Ah! Holy shit! Like, I watched All a House, and I had no fucking idea. There's certain actors and stuff that, in the actresses and, like, people that you don't know of until you, like, watch a show, and then you're like, oh, okay. And then you're like, hey, he was the dad in Stuart Little. It's really sad. But he also had an American accent in that, and I hadn't seen him in anything else. And I mean, okay, I'm not ashamed to admit that I was bamboozled. But he's good. And you're like, you know what? I didn't know. Anyway, I realized Pendleton had warned me of this. Several times he had warned me, and I spared him no ear. I should have sincerely listened to his every word. I was a fool. I think he would have the proper accent. Oh, my lady. Oh, dear. Don't. What are you doing? Yeah. Does he already have that voice? I don't remember the voices I gave him. I told you it's been a while since I played this. Anyway, no, I was not. Only a fool would use this time to wallow in her mistakes, and I now knew the danger. The next step was to find a means of escape. Okay, like, she's derpy and stupid looking, but, like, she's got some spunk in her, so I'll give her that. It's awfully quiet. I suppose the academy is empty. In time, I could see better in the dark. I checked my surroundings, careful not to turn too sharply so as not to further agitate my headache. It's best we call for help. Call to whom? And from all the way down here? There seems to be some kind of a light up here. I'm just saying, climb out this hole that's over here because it's clearly like a skylight. Yes, it's better than doing nothing. I mean, unless that's the actual light, like a light bulb. Help! I don't want to scream too loud. I shouted with all the strength my lungs granted. There was no response. What if there truly was no one? There isn't a point in shouting if there's no one around to hear it. You don't know. Better to conserve your energy and think of another strategy. I told you there was a fucking skylight! And that skylight is the only other exit beside the entrance. I can't imagine anyone would hear us through that. Oh. He was right. The skylight was high, and though what was once darkened became illuminated just slightly by a curious moon, it was not much. To cry upwards with a sliver of hope was inefficient. I plopped myself on the floor helplessly, causing more dust to flutter in the air. Did I or did it see? Like, I could be fucking Sherlock Holmes. Like, right there, I'm like, hello, there's a source of light coming in here. So it was a skylight in the basement, which seems awkward and weird. Skylight in the basement. Why? How? I mean, I would have to figure this above ground because otherwise you then have a skylight in the ground and someone is likely to trip or fall on that and hurt themselves. I mean, it's glass. So I'm just saying. It can't be at ground level. So part of this basement has to be above ground level, which does that make it a basement still? I mean, I know there are walkout basements, so like a wall, but I don't. But I don't know. I'm just curious as to how you define a basement in jelly old England here. Holmes cleared his throat before looking to me. I rather hope this isn't too stern, but would you keep quiet for a while? I was sitting here quietly. Shut the fuck up. I have some things I'd like to think about. With a pout to his lips, he turned away and sternly crossed his arms to contemplate our circumstances. Why is Holmes always so cold to me? Because he fucking loves you. It's because your stupid eyes. Is he still angry with what I said? Is he like that one? What did I just say? I know, but I was wondering if you're angry with me because I suggested you fought with Clave. Yes, I'm angry. I'm angry at myself for never knowing such evil stood in plain sight of my vision. I've been here for a year and I never noticed. I'm ashamed of myself. He then stared at nothing with a depressed intensity. My heart was moved. Holmes. But I find you to be magnificent. And Slater chose to confide in you, didn't he? He could have gone to a teacher. Instead, he came to you. That must mean he thinks highly of you, trusts you. And then I hope his trust wasn't misplaced. Holmes. With an apt timing, my stomach rumbled. How unladylike. Oops! You heard that, didn't you? It seems I'm feeling peckish. That literally sounds like you could eat a bear. You and your stomach have absolutely no sense of timing. Whose stomach does? But hold that thought. I have a biscuit we can eat. I procured the still wrapped biscuit from my pocket. It was my favorite brand. Look at the look on his face. He's like not fucking impressed. I'm supposed to click. Okay. I forgot that this one does as it pauses on the CGs instead of bringing the thing up, which is nice because then you don't have to like do this. You can check out the CG before you like read on. Let's split it in half, shall we? That thing is like not even the size of an Oreo. No need. And besides, it's nearly crumbled. I couldn't eat such a thing. Brat. Nonsense. Think of it as already being split for us. I really would prefer if you had the entire thing. It could be some time before we get out of here. Well, how about this? We track birds with the biscuit crumbs and... Are you a lunatic? Unless they're well-trained carrier pigeons, they'll fly off once they're full. And today is the first day of September. It's Saturday. No one attends class on Sunday. There won't be a soul on campus till Monday at the earliest. Who the fuck attends school on a Saturday? Ugh! It's barbaric. It's cruel. It's unusual. It's awful. Don't get any fucking ideas, businesses. Well, hey, I think we should have everybody work on Saturday too. Fuck you. Anyway, that's terrible. Big Ben's chime informed us that it must have been 9 o'clock at night. Okay, Pendleton's not running the fuck around this school like, oh my god, mistress, where are you? I can't, oh my god, I'm going to die. That's his new voice, by the way, like, because that's just fun. Oh, you gave me a right fright. I don't even know what I would do. Oh, dear God. Like, I'm just saying, where the fuck is he? How is he not running the fuck around breaking down motherfucking doors right now? He's our overprotective mama hen, and I'm gonna need him to come rescue my ass, so. Is it that late already? Pendleton must be in tears with worry. I didn't even read that before saying that. But Pendleton. He's my butler. My mother and father both passed away when I was small, so he's taking care of me instead. I know how he worries. He said he would pick me up at 3 o'clock. And then he must be. I wonder if Watson is as worried for me. I should think so with all that's happened today. He probably doesn't give a fuck. He's like, Holmes is off doing Holmes shit. They'd be like, excuse me, Mr. Watson, but Holmes has been missing for how long? About 6 months, and you didn't notice? I just figured he was off doing Holmes shit. I mean, he comes and goes. Apparently our landlady moved some stuff around, and I thought he would come back, move some shit, leave. I mean, I didn't know he was dead this time. I don't know. Like, I mean, for fuck's sake. It's funny. Still, it is Watson, so I can't help but suppose he might think something else. Like what? Oh, you know, the two of them went traipsing off together, so I should be a good mate and let them alone. No, I doubt that. Miss Whitley, don't be so vulgar. He protested, just what I needed. Tricked you! She just shoved biscuit in his mouth, didn't she? Just what I needed. I was like, oh god, she did. I crammed a biscuit crumb into his open mouth before he could stop me. No spitting it out. We don't have water, and I know it's a bit dry, but don't be tempted. This is better than eating nothing at all. He's also like, you just fucking put your hand in my mouth. Like, soon after I followed suit by eating my half. That sweet vanilla flavor was medicine in this time of distress. You are, without a doubt. But it's got a lovely taste, doesn't it? I went to thoughtlessly run a finger through my hair, only to realize how tangled it was. My hair must look more like a bird's nest right now. I was one to carry a hand glass, so I took it out to inspect myself. That's what we need to flag someone down through the skylight. Miss Whitley, have you had that the whole time? No, I just fucking magicked it out of my fucking ass. Yes, I've had it the whole time. What are you, stupid? Is this the right answer? Like, yes, I've had it the whole time. Where the fuck do you think it came from? What, are you stupid? Say that to him, please. Holmes needs that. I always carry it with me. It belonged to my mother. Lend it to me. Now? This is our signal. We can let someone know we're trapped in here. Like a bat signal? I was waiting for it to go. I forgot. Holmes carefully positioned himself beneath the skylight. He began to periodically shift the mirror, reflecting the modest moonlight back to the outside. Is that? I'm sending the bat signal, an emergency signal. If anyone's near us, they'll see it. Ah, Morse code, is it? Indeed. They likely won't know what I'm saying, but they'll see the flickering. You're right. Give it to me. I know how to do it. Holmes fleetingly looked to me before returning his concentration to the window. You should rest for now. I'll keep at it. I'll wake you in a bit once I'm tired, and then we can switch. Well, aren't you a sweetheart? Not quite. You don't seem the type to put much effort into ensuring an emergency signal is accurate, and no one would even understand what you were trying to do. This is what I meant by your derisive tone. Yes, just get some proper rest. So I shall. Thank you. I waited as this motion continued. He was patient in sending the signal, tilting the mirror with precision. Waiting, tilting. How funny that it was not crying, not banging against the door, and not birds lured with crumbs, but the simple reflection of light that would be our savior. Birds lured with crumbs. First of all, it's fucking 9 o'clock at night. Most of the birds are sleeping. Second of all, how are you getting them to come in the fucking window? It's closed. Bird's gonna open the fucking window for you? Like, bird's like, whoa. Bitches got some fucking crumbs. You know what? Guys, let's get into the building. You see the birds waddling, making a bird pyramid to, like, unlock the fucking door, get in. I mean, what the fuck? Like, birds are smart, but they're not that they don't have thumbs! I don't think they can open doors even if they tried. Tilting, waiting. Again and again, with measured precision, he continued. He did this all with the same rigid, perfect motion. Perhaps I was more tired than previously thought. As I watched this repetition in silence, my eyelids slowly drooped till I fell into a restful sleep. How much time had passed since then? It was so very quiet in that dark, dingy space. Only the snores of an unruly heiress could be heard. Holmes laid over her a small blanket he found amongst the storage before tending to the signal again. Then, right as the stroke of midnight could be heard, Holmes heard a distinct shuffling from just outside the door. "Who's there?" The door clicked as it was unlocked. "Who dares disturb my slumber?" I'm just kidding. On the other side was the man he hoped to see. "Watson?" "Hello. Are you all right?" "I'm well." "Is Spacey with you?" "She's sleeping. She is also well." Music to my ears. It nearly scared me to death when I realized you two were missing. But why were you even here? "A tale for whilst we walk, my friend. We ought to carry Miss Whitley out first." I don't know why all of a sudden now he's got like this. I don't know what just happened to his voice. I don't fucking know. But anyway. Of course. You said she's sleeping, right? I'll prop her on my shoulders. Watson slowly lifted the tiny young lady onto his back. "Have you been injured?" "Not in any way that was substantial. Miss Whitley, however... never mind." "Come off it. If you're concerned, just say it." Even whilst he carried Spacey, Watson found no trouble playfully poking and prodding at his friend. "That's enough, Watson. You'll drop her." "Watson? Why are you here?" "Did I wake you? Feeling all right?" "I am. Then we were able to escape the storage room." "Yeah, after I caught your signal. The light coming from the window was reflecting off one of the academy's walls. Any later, though, and I wouldn't have noticed a thing. Look over there, see? The moon's about completely covered by clouds." It was as he said, only the tiniest sliver of moonlight could be seen. That's pretty. My vision was faint, but I could see the vague shape of a carriage not far ahead. Oh my god, sorry, I have an itch. Someone carried me. There was a way home. I was safe, and knowing only this is more of an instinct than a thought, I permitted myself to once more slumber. Sleeping again already. Letter. Today was quite the day. We parted ways at the academy at midnight. My very first day of school was eventful, and I could not have wanted for more. Why did they start her first day of school on a Saturday instead of like a Monday? We're saying. It's like starting school on a Friday. At like 2:30, and they're like, "Oh, by the way, hey, welcome, this is your first day." "Okay, bye, go home." "Good morning, my lady." "I'm so tired. Please let me sleep in since it's Saturday." "Oh, I fear it's not Saturday, but Sunday." "Yes, that's what I..." What?" "Look here, they've written about you in the morning paper again. Her Majesty's detective solves another exciting case. Oh my, what a lovely headline. And it's about me?" "It is, and to see it brings me a great sense of pride in you." It doesn't feel quite real to me. I thought I might die in there. And now I'm here, comfortable in my bed, reading this very paper which details my exploits so distantly. But the article itself writes that it was Holmes who solved this exciting case. Is that true? Yes, Holmes was simply amazing. Nearly perfect, in fact. Like Mary fucking Poppins. Practically perfect in every way. Oh my god, I just realized who fucking Holmes's mom is. Sherlock Holmes and Mary Poppins. Oh my god. That's why he's practically perfect in every way and a genius like his dad. Oh! That's some kind of fanfic right there. Somebody write that shit. There's probably one out there. You know what? Don't tell me. I don't want to know. But look at the back of the newspaper. Clave McLeod was arrested and sent to a reformatory on charges of extortion, assault, and possession of narcotics. He is believed to have had numerous other associates at the academy and is suspected of involvement in the increasing number of thefts within its walls. Additional arrests were made for associates in the slums. Police are currently investigating their ties to multiple unsolved incidents. The doorbell rang. "It's wonderful to see that the case has come to a close without the situation getting any worse. I'm pleased as well to report we've recovered a number of stolen goods from the McLeod family home. As a precaution, I should like to ask if you noticed anything that's gone missing. Did you lose anything in the academy? Nothing, Inspector. I haven't lost anything. Rather, I feel I've gained something extraordinary from this experience. Even on my first day, my new schoolmates were too kind to me. I see. That's good. If you'll excuse me then, Miss Whitley, you've proven to be a worthy detective for Her Majesty. Even though I did nothing, but whatever. Thank you. And thank you for stopping by as well, Inspector. Speaking of, Holmes and Watson visited whilst you were sleeping. How sweet! My, these are biscuits! They were the same brand as the one that had been in my pocket. Holmes does it again. He only had one bite, and still he could tell it was McVitie's vanilla cream flavor. Here are the letters they wrote to accompany your gift. Oh, what do they say? Girl, learn to read for your fucking self! How was your first day at the academy? I hope you'll have a fantastic time here with us. Okay, she wasn't asking Marie. She was like, what do they say? As I opened them. Oh my god. We didn't need that. Like, Watson. If you eat too many sweets, you'll grow fatter than a pig. You'll do well to learn some self-control. Holmes. Wow. What a douchebag he is. See, normally I would hate somebody who was like this. I'd be like, he needs a swift kick in the fucking nuts. And he does. But he's a descendant of Sherlock Holmes. So automatically I'm like, you can be the biggest fucking asshole and I'm still going to like you if you're a descendant of Sherlock Holmes. Or our Sherlock Holmes. Because I fucking love Sherlock Holmes. He really is quite the detective. He already deduced the side effects of your unfortunate eating habits. You're also a dick, but I still love you too. What? I told you that I'm a growing girl, literally, but they're going to start telling you you're growing outward. I just love how fucking mean everyone is to her. This body shaming has got to stop, though. Let's just all have fun with it, because you know what? She's going to kick their fucking asses. She's like, Pendleton, I'm going to smack the pretty right off your fucking face if you don't stop. It's his job to be a dick, though. He's our butler. I have to make sure you're thin and beautiful so you can marry someone. But fat means I'm rich, right? In this day and age, right? Is this, we're still, no, are we past that? Now skinnier is, but fuck. Can we go back to being in the Greek and Roman times where, like, they were like, damn, she's so fat, she must be rich. Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, let's do that shit. Let's make life easier. Rather than an early morning Saturday breakfast, I had a late afternoon Sunday breakfast. That is depressing. Could you imagine? So I guess that's what he meant. It's a Saturday. So we started school on a Friday. It was Saturday, but it was 9 p.m. So no. That's weird. I was like, oh, so is he saying it's Saturday? Because it's like, or was he supposed to be trying to say it's basically like a Saturday? Like, it's basically Saturday. Like, it's Friday night at 9 o'clock. No one's going to be here. So, like, but then who would have shown up on Saturday either? I don't know. I don't know. And somehow, I can't explain how, but certainly somehow, the often dull London cityscape looked much brighter today. Because you're in love with two boys. I can't wait till we meet Lupin. To be continued. Okay, all right. So, bye. No, I'm just kidding. That's another thing I was thinking after we started. I'm like, I could also just start shortening the parts to like half-hour parts instead of hour-long parts. Which is something, if all of a sudden we start getting it, that's another option. But I'm going to try to keep our hour-long parts for now. But the morning was splendid as it was regular. Yet certainly, despite its regularity, I remained conscious of the things that made it so splendid in the first place. The birds chirping their song, the sun beaming through my windows, and most importantly, the exquisite breakfast I had been presented. A stack of fluffy flapjacks, a delectable omelet, a dressed salad. What bliss! Ew. What kind of salad are we talking about? Because I'm thinking like a fucking lettuce salad, and I'm like, that's just disgusting with an omelet and flapjacks. Like, that's just, no. I mean, you can put a hard-boiled egg on a salad. That's delicious. But, like, with, like, pancake? It's like, it's a fruit salad. So, okay, that's, okay. Maybe it's fruit salad, but I need a little more specifics because every time they say this, I'm just like, put weird things together. Of course, I would be remiss if I neglected the regular sight of Pendleton, ever brimming with sophistication, as he poured me a cup of tea. I know he's pretty. She loves him too. My lady, I've prepared awesome tea for your pleasure today. I have no idea how to say that. Assam tea? Wonderful. Don't give me words I don't know how to pronounce. Post-breakfast consisted of what I hoped were ladylike sips between reading the morning paper, which was always on the table once I was ready. How can your sips be anything but ladylike if the tea is hot as fuck. I'm just saying. Like, I'm not slamming that shit like goddamn beer or like a shot. Okay? It's hot. It's like tiny sips. But like, so what? Like, ugh, that's too masculine. You're taking a sip. How 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 do you make taking a sip of hot liquid more masculine or feminine? Like, do I have to adjust my balls when I do it to make it more masculine? Like, how? I don't understand this game. I don't understand some of the things it tells me. It's very bizarre. This time, the headline was enough to prompt surprise. Earl Alvin was murdered in his mansion, and the cause of death was via poison in a carafe. Spits out coffee. His lordship was in the midst of drinking water from a carafe when he began to desperately claw at his throat, collapsing only moments later. His death is believed to have been the result of arsenic poisoning. Clever. And no one can live without water, and thus no one would think to inspect it for poison before consuming it. That can't be Pendleton's voice, because we gotta have more, like, oh god, what was the voice I was giving him? I had a voice for him when he wasn't here, and now I've given him back the original voice, which is too much like a voice for another character. I don't know. You know what? Fuck it. Everyone's got the same voice now. I don't know. I was going to give him a proper... Oh, there you go. That is it. If I recall, that is the voice we were going to give him. There you go. Because that's going to be hard to fucking do. Because I got to get my brain used to doing it. I'm used to doing the same 5 voices over and over. I'm not even kidding anyway. If I recall, the Earl was a gourmet, yes? He lived close to Covent Gardens Market. He was. So much so that he earned the name Iron Stomach for the many rare delicacies he sampled from around the globe. I think that's totally back to the original voice. I can't maintain. I'm sorry. It is what it is. I can't maintain his fucking voice the way I'm trying to change it. It's not working. My brain is like, no. This is Pendleton, bitch. Stop. Anyway. He prized cleanliness and displayed the utmost respect towards his food, to where he would wash his hands with an unusual degree of thoroughness before every meal. How tragic that his one true passion should take his life. No, honey, it was water that took his life. It wasn't even food. It was fucking water. That's not anyone's passion. Look, we're like, look, I like water. I need water. It's nice to bathe in. I can do my dishes. I do my laundry. Like, we need water. Water's great. But, like, it's not my passion. It's just a necessary thing in life. Yes, and the irony certainly speaks volumes. Still, I was not so struck by the news that my own drinking habits were at pause, as I continued sipping once my cup was refilled. His tale is further evidence of how dangerous it is to carelessly consume everything one is served. I find myself thinking it would be best for you to abstain from eating entirely from here on out. Stop trying to fat shame me, Pendleton. A terrible sense crept from the pit of my stomach. Pendleton's smile did more to unnerve than ease. For a start, I'll forego serving anything sweet during afternoon tea. Oh no! How could you? Sweets are my only source of happiness. It's too cruel. And the food you serve wouldn't be dangerous. True, but you're a particularly gluttonous young lady. Were I to try and kill you, it would be as simple as swatting a fly. Pray, is it worth the risk? Oh my god, Pendleton, what the fuck? I love him so much. Why do I love him? He's such an ass to us, but he's so pretty. And it's like, but he's snarky. It's not like, you're a fat bitch. It's like, you're a little chubby. And you're like, you're a dick. And he's like, he's like just having fun with it. He's like, oh my god, I love him so much. I don't know. What do you mean? I'm nothing like a bug. No, your eyes are though, so no, I agree with him. If I were to serve you a highly toxic meal of sautéed mushrooms and potatoes, you would gorge yourself without delay. I dare say I would not. I know when something's edible. I do. Oh, fuck. Well, have no fear. You may be naive of the ways of the world, whilst having inherited a great fortune that an ordinary butler would murder to obtain. But I could never do such a thing. That sounds shady. Like, do you want me to keep you as my butler or not? I insist that you should keep me. My wish is for you to live long and healthy life for your parents. I think of it every minute, no, every second of my day. You don't have to think of it quite that often, but if you must, just try and poison me. I can eat anything and still survive. I suppose that's one way to live. And now come. It's almost time for school, and I've your carriage waiting for you. Please be certain not to eat any old thing you find on the street or accept food from strangers. Enough! I'm not that greedy. Maybe. How can he insinuate such things? I'm not a glutton, and I'm far from sheltered. Oh, why, I'm a very sensible woman. Sensible enough to know that a murder so close to here means I ought to inspect my meals before eating them from now on. My, did you read the paper this morning? It was an honest-to-goodness shock to read Earl Alvin was poisoned, and you'd never think it would happen to a man called the Iron Stomach. I know, by water. Perhaps, but obtaining poison isn't as difficult as one might think. And you can purchase arsenic if you visit a chemist, and if you're related to farmers in the countryside, they use a number of things to ward off pests. Oh, stop! I don't want to hear it! The entire academy was buzzing with talk of Earl Alvin's unexpected death. Morning, Spacey. Did you read the paper? You mean the news about Earl Alvin? Yes, I did. It's horrible, isn't it? I say it's arsenic. Thought to have been caused by arsenic. Nothing more. Not one shred of detail on his symptoms. Not everyone is a hardened investigator. Not everyone is a hardened investigator. The specifics wouldn't be the most pleasant read for the average Londoner. Oh, what happens if you ingest arsenic? My curiosity was piqued. Symptoms of arsenic poisoning initially include stomach pains, diarrhea, and nausea. After a while, sensory changes can also occur, and in the worst-case scenario, death. Thank you. I have some photographs on my person, incidentally, and this one has facial swelling, but that only occurs with acute intoxication. If it were chronic intoxication, the skin becomes more similar to this one. Holmes spread upon the desk a variety of photographs for all to see. This is absolutely horrific. Fellow schoolmates gathered to browse Holmes's gallery of evidence, only to sour upon first sight. This is horrific! Let's look a little closer. Wow. This one here represents paralytic shellfish poisoning, or a poison from, say, a scallop. Paralysis would begin in the lips and face, before spreading to the limbs, eventually leading to motor impairment, difficulty breathing, and finally, death. It's a lovely collection, Holmes. I'm plenty satisfied now. If it were a clam, you would experience chills, nausea, and dark spotting as a result of blood vessels bursting under the skin, all within 24 to 48 hours. I love how he seems to be getting excited about this. In due time, you'll begin bleeding from both the gums and nasal cavities. In a severe case, this leads to delirium and... Holmes! You made brilliant work of nauseating the entire room. A picture is worth 1,000 words. In light of the murder, I've even thought to gift the classroom with my research materials on poison. And for what? You find it nauseating? Do you think you can learn to distinguish so many symptoms this way? I agree that it's important, but some don't have the stomach for it. Surely you agree, Spacey. Me? Well, that's simple enough to answer. It's important for a detective. None of this is a pleasant sight, to be sure. But in our line of work, it's valuable information that could easily come into play during an emergency. Oh my god, I think we're going down the Holmes path, because we've gotten, like, every single answer has been, like, a Holmes answer, I think. I can't quite remember, but if the victim were still alive, it might even help us diagnose and save them. What an unexpectedly practical perspective, Miss Whitley. And you don't appear to be disturbed by the photographs. And you have a stronger will than I'd given you credit for. Was this praise? Holmes, for all his frankness, was still not an easy person to read. It isn't often you see Holmes doling out compliments. Well done, Spacey. Well then, in respect for your enthusiasm, I have more pictures to share with you. Oh? He was quick to brandish a brand new photograph, and now that he was confident with my company, he readied himself for enthused babble on its disturbing contents. I was sure there would be several more to come. I know I said it was, valuable, but I'm feeling rather, Holmes, however, could no longer hear protests over his lecture. Oh, shit, sorry. I expected that I was going to have to, because they ... you have to click like 5 times before it fucking gets to the thing, so I clicked too many times. Anyway, it was time for our classroom to lunch. Phew, I'm famished. I planned to ask Watson and Holmes to accompany me to the courtyard, and so I surveyed the room for them, only to be distracted by a dense, unwell air amongst my schoolmates. Are you going to eat? Not now, I've lost my appetite. I certainly can't bring myself to think of food right now. Holmes' display from earlier had left an unfortunate impression that would not soon go away. I'll get over it. It's when you're like eating food and you're watching like a medical show and you're like, why am I eating while I'm watching fucking like House or Grey's Anatomy or something? Oh my god. Anyway, I weep for the next generation of detectives. All this fuss over a few photographs. How do they expect to face the real thing at a crime scene? Nonsense. Even I felt a bit queasy when you laid them out on the desk. My mind wandered to those images again. How funny it was that I suddenly wasn't nearly as eager for lunch as I was moments before. Best enjoy the sight like a good book, or I'll soon suggest looking into a new career. Holmes groaned audibly enough for the classroom to hear. He may have had an effect on most, but one particular student remained content to lunch despite him. Jack the Ripper. Anyway, first cup of tea is always the most refreshing, isn't it? My Queensware set was the right choice. It suits me perfectly today. I don't know the... Oh, what's her Oh, I didn't know who it was. Oh, that's what's her face. Yeah. The girl, seemingly without a care for her surroundings, had placed her teacup on her delicately decorated desk. Between her tableware and tablecloth, she was equipped less for a classroom and more for a canteen. There laid steaming tea, various pristine sliced sandwiches, scrummy-looking bread, and tart tatin for dessert. More than enough for one lady. Tea poured from a carafe is meant to be cold, but the smell wafting through the room was as sweet as it was warm. It was a small wonder she was able to set it up so quickly. Goodness, I thought the entire room lost their appetite, but far from it with her. I don't know if we were properly introduced. This is Marple, right? Oh, she spotted me. Her hair, glossy as spider silk, was so refined that not a single hair was out of place, and its pale shade made to complement a delicately light, unblemished complexion. I saw her. Her uncommonly large eyes made somehow larger by how she stared unblinkingly in my direction. I wondered briefly if I may have been schoolmates with a doll. I dared myself to engage her. Hello. I just wanted to tell you that I'm rather impressed with your meal. Do you normally lunch this way? Yes, I do. How lovely. I ate in the courtyard yesterday, so I didn't notice. Your maid must be a wonderful cook to make everything look so appetizing. Not at all. I cook this myself. In fact, I make a habit of baking bread every morning using my grandmother's special recipe. How the fuck do you have time to bake bread and get to school? Incredible. I'm so impressed. I am too. All by herself. I had to observe her meal again, now doubly delectable with its new information in mind. Oh, pardon me. I've not properly introduced myself. I'm our new schoolmate, Miss Spacey Whitley, yes? I've seen you in the morning paper. I hear you're a detective of Her Majesty also. My name is Sarah Marple. Where have I heard Marple before? Ah, yes! You danced expertly in our class on proper etiquette. Now I'm even more impressed. Do you really think so? I've never met someone so easily impressed with every little thing before. You're a funny girl. If you wouldn't mind, would you like to lunch together? That is an idea. I took a seat and opened my lunchbox next to Marple's. The more I see it, the more mouthwatering your cooking looks, and the tea smells just wonderful. Thank you. Come now, use this to wipe your hands. Marple handed me a petite napkin. Thank you. Here you are, a tomato and cheese sandwich. She waited till I'd finished wiping my hands properly before handing me some of her food. You're too kind. Oh, it's scrumptious. Now, we've just been poisoned. And this too, an apricot tart. Dessert too? You spoil me. How does it taste? Like heaven. Someone is unusually chipper this morning. What are you doing? What does it look like? I'm feeding her. You're feeding her? She's had a sandwich and dessert already. She's a most fascinating girl. Viewing me? Oh, and why are those cheeks puffing out so much? She fucking poisoned me. You know she did. Stop! That tickles! I couldn't decide with how she prodded my cheeks if she was being affectionate or cruel. Yet the two of us eating together appeared to soften the atmosphere of the room in a way that was very much needed. Is it just funny that Pendleton was like talking about poisoning me and now I'm just like concerned that Marple fucking poisoned me? Like, Holmes would do it. He'd be like, I just wanted to know, here's the antidote. You're fine. You'll be fine. I just wanted to see what would happen. Like, that smell is making me hungry. Same for me. Shall we eat then? One after another, the students began to take out their lunch boxes. I suppose Marple's relaxed temperament was infectious. A bit silly, aren't they? Can't imagine why they thought going hungry was a good idea. Marple, who had remained expressionless to a polished degree until then, presented the smallest hint of a smile. I rather liked that soft smile. Well, you don't see that every day. Bit eerie when she does it, though. Pet therapy can do wonders. I'm surprised you know that. Wait a minute. You don't call Spacey a pet. I never directly called her anything. The fuck was that noise? Did it come from the game? That was really weird. Anyway, at any rate, we should eat as well before the hour is over. I thought they were speaking in whispers, but I could hear them clear as day. Ah, that Holmes and Watson too. They think they can say whatever they please. Marple's small smile gone now, spared her attention for something out the window. It was subtle, but her manner now struck me as apprehensive. Oh dear, is something the matter, Marple? No, nothing. She sharply turned away from the window, but that same apprehension remained. But, surprise, wide eyes came about from my protest, but it did not last. It was seconds later that the manner she tried to hide returned. I promise nothing is wrong. Now would you be so kind as to help me tidy my desk? Certainly, I'll take the table where... Yeah! A hard push from behind came right as I was carrying Marple's plates. Ugh, ow! Oh, I don't know if that was somebody else saying that. I nearly lost my balance, but was able to right myself before dropping anything. Not so for the one who bumped into me. Sprawled on the floor was a handsome boy with a beautiful head of blonde hair. Though he wore a correct uniform, his spectacles had tilted off from the fall. You know, I'm sure I've seen this from him before. It's Lupin. I'm pretty sure it's fucking Lupin because I don't think Akechi's in the school yet. And we haven't met... We should... Hold on. Before we go through this, we have to read about Miss Marple. Marple, fellow schoolmate who attends Harrington Academy with Lady Whitley. Marple carries an air of dullish refinement upon first sight, and upon second, an air of someone completely unaware of how odd she is to the people around her. She's blunt with grace, helpful as she is critical, and worldly in intelligence, yet constantly off in her own world. There is no questioning her passion for tea and snacks, however. To her, nothing ever good comes from being hungry, and a fellow appreciator of a fine lunch is a friend for life. She adores her grandmother, a well-known detective in her own right, and often speaks of their life together in the countryside. Yeah, so anyway, I'm pretty sure. Sorry, Miss Whitley. Yeah, it's Lupin. I love the fact that he's going to have two personalities. He was positively frantic, much more than anyone else in his position would have been. I don't know how I tripped all over the corner of the desk. Are you all right? How shall I answer? Yeah. But what about you? You're the one on the floor. I reached out my hand to help him. Me, I trip over a lot, so it's all right. I know it was an accident, but you're such a delicate girl, and I've made a real fool of myself. What have I done? I think you're a little more delicate than I am. What? How could I be? Yeah, fooled you. I don't know if they're supposed to say his name like Lupine instead of Lupin, but I'm just going to call him Lupin no matter what, because then it's easier than being like Lupine, Lupin. Like, especially because he's, like, when he's in his, like this, he's John, right? Yeah. John Lupine and Jean Lupin. Like, I mean, that's just fucking really weird. So anyway, we're going to go Lupin. Lupin, did you fall and make a mess of things again? Those glasses are much too strong for you, aren't they? Marple wasted no time with permissions, instead reaching straight for his spectacles. But please, these are expensive, and I'm quite fond of them, so you can't take them. He's like, I wear the glasses so that I stumble around, and I seem more like a spaz, and then when I take them off, I'm like, haha, I don't really need glasses. You're gonna fuck up your eyesight like that. But anyway, I'm only doing this for your benefit. What if you were to fall down the stairs from the second floor and break that fragile neck of yours? And knowing you would surely die. I'll be very careful not to do that. You needn't worry at all, because I'll catch you if that happens. Oh, you're so valiant. I've always admired women like you. Strong, dependable, and kind. Spacey, you are a daughter of House Whitley, yes? You weren't raised chasing wolves around the countryside. Your imagination is more wild than my childhood. But it's true I was raised in the countryside. I only returned to London recently. Really? I only came to London when I enrolled in the academy. Did I ever say my name? It's John Lupin. I don't believe so. I'm glad you did so now. It's a pleasure, Lupin. And the same to you, Miss Whitley. Oh, well then, until next time. We'll read about Lupin now. Lupin adjusted himself before returning to his seat. By day, he's a meek, dangerously clumsy student by the name John Lupin. But by night, he assumes his true identity. Jean Lupin, gentleman thief. He revels in stealing countless treasures and has done well to live up to the master that his father is and more. Though pretentious once the sun goes down and the mask comes off, he does seem to be a man of good character at heart. He also enjoys toying with Lady Whitley as much as he enjoys thievery, and she has yet to decide if the pretty words he spouts upon their meeting ring false or true. I think he's amazing. Like, I love the glasses characters. You know I love the glasses characters. And, like, he's the awkward glasses nerd, which is adorable. But then he also takes them off and he's like, ha, I'm the dashing gentleman thief. And you're like, well, fuck, you got split personalities, and I kind of like that. And then we have to wait for Akechi to show up. He's also a glasses character, so we'll see what he's like. Anyway. I'm quite shocked to learn you grew up in the countryside as well. As well? Is it the same for you? Oh, when I was a little girl, yes. I used to bake bread, biscuits, and scones in a massive coal-fired oven together with my grandmother. That sounds wonderful. Spacey, would you mind joining me after school? I have something I should like your help with. Not at all, but may I ask where we're going? It's a secret. She also presented a second, more mischievous smile. Oh, did it say and so she did? Wait. And so she presented a second, more mischievous smile. Marple, where are we? Actually, ooh, okay, you know what? We're a little under time, but I'm going to stop here just so that we don't go too far over. This is a good place. So we'll find out where we are with Marple in the next part. So I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.